In the heart of Africa, nestled between rolling hills and dense forests, lay the village of Uzuri. The village was known for its beauty and the kindness of its people. Among them lived a young girl named Adia, whose hair was the talk of the village. Her hair was long, shiny, and had a natural golden hue that shimmered in the sunlight. Adia lived with her father Gaba and her stepmother Zawadi. Zawadi was a mysterious woman who had come to the village years ago, and while she was beautiful, there was something unsettling about her. Zawadi was no ordinary woman. She was a witch who had lived for centuries, using dark magic to maintain her youth. Her beauty was not natural, it was stolen. Zawadi had discovered a spell that allowed her to transfer the youth and vitality of others into herself. She had married Gaba not out of love, but to get closer to Adia, whose hair held a unique power that could make Zawadi immortal. The villagers were unaware of her true nature, and Gaba, blinded by love, saw no evil in her. One night, as Adia slept, Zawadi crept into her room. She carefully cut a single strand of Adia golden hair and retreated to her secret chamber. There, she performed a ritual, chanting ancient words as she burned the strand of hair. The smoke curled around her, and as it touched her skin, she felt a surge of energy. Her wrinkles faded, and her skin glowed with youth. Zawadi smiled wickedly, knowing that Adia hair was the key to her eternal beauty. Adia began to have strange dreams. She would wake up feeling weak, as if something had drained her energy. In her dreams, she saw a shadowy figure cutting her hair and chanting in a language she didn't understand. She told her father about the dreams, but he dismissed them as mere nightmares. Zawadi, overhearing the conversation, grew nervous. She knew she had to be more careful. If Adia discovered the truth, her plan would be ruined. Adia decided to visit the village healer, Mosi, who was known for his wisdom and knowledge of ancient remedies. Mosi listened carefully to Adia's story and examined her closely. He noticed a faint, dark aura around her, something he had never seen before. Mosi told Adia that her dreams might be a warning and gave her a protective charm to wear around her neck. He also warned her to be cautious of those closest to her, hinting that not everyone in her household had her best interests at heart. Zawadi's desire for youth grew stronger with each passing day. A single strand of hair was no longer enough. She needed more. She began to cut larger portions of Adia hair, careful not to arouse suspicion. Adia noticed her hair was thinning but couldn't understand why. Zawadi's beauty became more radiant, and the villagers started to whisper about her ageless appearance. Gaba, however, remained oblivious, too enchanted by his wife to notice the changes in his daughter. Adia wore the protective charm Mosi had given her, and for a while, the strange dreams stopped. But Zawadi was determined. She discovered the charm and realized it was blocking her magic. One night, she removed it from Adia's neck while she slept. The next morning, Adia felt weaker than ever. She knew something was wrong but couldn't figure out what. Zawadi, now free to continue her dark rituals, felt a surge of power as she performed the spell with a larger portion of Adia hair. The village of Uzuri was preparing for its annual festival, a time of joy and celebration. Adia, despite her weakening condition, was excited to participate. She had always loved the festival, where the villagers danced, sang, and shared stories. Zawadi, however, saw the festival as an opportunity. She planned to use the distraction to perform a powerful ritual that would allow her to take all of Adia hair at once, ensuring her eternal youth. As the festival reached its peak, Zawadi slipped away to her secret chamber. She had prepared everything for the ritual, including a large cauldron filled with a bubbling, dark liquid. She began to chant, her voice growing louder as she called upon the dark forces. Adia, feeling a strange pull, left the festival and followed the sound of the chanting. She found the secret chamber and watched in horror as Zawadi performed the ritual. Using her hair as the final ingredient, Adia burst into the chamber, confronting Zawadi. "What are you doing?" she cried. Zawadi, caught off guard, tried to explain, but Adia saw the truth in her eyes. Zawadi's beauty was a lie, a facade maintained by stolen youth. Adia's heart broke as she realized the extent of her stepmother's betrayal. Zawadi, desperate, tried to complete the ritual, but Adia's presence disrupted the spell. The cauldron exploded, and the chamber was filled with smoke. In the chaos, Adia managed to escape from the chamber. She ran back to the village, her heart pounding. She knew she had to tell her father the truth, but she also knew that Zawadi would stop at nothing to silence her. Adia found Gaba at the festival and pulled him aside. "Father, Zawadi is a witch. She's been using my hair to stay young." Gaba, shocked and confused, didn't know what to believe. But before he could respond, Zawadi appeared, her eyes blazing with fury. Zawadi, realizing that her secret was out, decided to use her magic openly. She cast a spell that paralyzed Gaba, leaving him unable to move or speak. Adia, terrified, tried to run, but Zawadi's magic was too strong. She was dragged back to the chamber, where Zawadi planned to complete the ritual once and for all. Adia, however, was not without hope. She remembered the protective charm Mosi had given her and prayed that it would help her once more. As Zawadi prepared to cut Adia's hair, the protective charm, which Adia had hidden in her pocket, began to glow. The light grew brighter, forcing Zawadi to shield her eyes. The charm's power disrupted Zawadi's magic, and the spell she had cast on Gaba was broken. Gaba, now free, rushed to the chamber, determined to save his daughter. He confronted Zawadi, demanding that she stop her evil deeds. But Zawadi, consumed by her desire for youth, refused to listen. Zawadi, desperate to complete the ritual, grabbed a knife and lunged at Adia. But before she could strike, Gaba intervened, wresting the knife from her hand. In the struggle, the cauldron was knocked over, and the dark liquid spilled onto Zawadi. She screamed as the liquid burned her skin, revealing her true, aged form. The villagers, drawn by the commotion, arrived at the chamber and witnessed the horrifying scene. Zawadi, now powerless, collapsed to the ground, her beauty gone. The villagers, shocked by what they had seen, helped Gaba and Adia out of the chamber. Zawadi, now an old and frail woman, was taken away and locked in a cell. The village healer, Mosi, tended to Adia, who was weak but alive. Gaba, heartbroken by the betrayal, vowed to protect his daughter from any harm. The villagers, realizing the danger of dark magic, decided to burn Zawadi's secret chamber and all its contents, ensuring that no one could ever use her spells again. Adia's hair, though thinned, began to grow back, and with it, her strength returned. The villagers, grateful for her bravery, celebrated her as a hero. Mosi taught Adia how to protect herself from dark magic, and she became a symbol of hope and resilience in the village. Gaba, though scarred by the experience, grew closer to his daughter, and together they worked to rebuild their lives. The village of Ozori, though shaken, emerged stronger, united by the ordeal they had faced. Adia's story spread beyond the village, becoming a legend told throughout the land. She was known as the girl who had faced a witch and emerged victorious. Her golden hair, once a source of envy, became a symbol of her courage and strength. Adia, now a young woman, used her experience to help others, teaching them how to recognize and resist dark magic. The village of Ozori thrived, and Adia's legacy lived on, inspiring generations to come. Years later, the villagers would tell the story of Zawadi, the evil witch who had tried to steal Adia's youth. They spoke of her curse, a warning to those who sought power through dark means. Zawadi, now a forgotten old woman, lived out her days in solitude, her beauty and magic gone. Adia, on the other hand, lived a long and happy life, her golden hair shining as a reminder of the light that had triumphed over darkness. And so, the tale of Adia and the evil witch stepmother became a story of hope, courage, and the enduring power of good.